Hello, happy Saturday. I hope everybody is great. I thought I would come live because my family, Oscar and the girls, are out doing an errand. And I was like, oh, I better jump on before they get home. I've been wanting to go live the past couple of days because, as the title would indicate, I had a really big week. I can't even tell you. It's been huge. So I don't know if you've ever had a health scare, like something that's really, where you have something potentially wrong and you have time where you're sitting and waiting for results. And when that time is passing, it's really a time of reflecting and thinking and evaluating and also being basically scared shitless if it's like a serious issue. Well, if you've had something like that, put a comment below and tell me about it if you can, because I've had 3 of these in the past maybe 7 or 8 years. Hi Heidi, how are you? So I've had there was something a few years ago when we were still in California. Well, they've all been potentially cancer. So hi Anya. That other 2 were not obviously, but I haven't had cancer, so they were dismissed. The second one though was in the UAE, and it was just a really horrible doctor that completely just wasn't doing her job correctly and had a horrible bedside manner and freaked me out for a couple of days. And that was really unfortunate, but it was so great in the sense that after that happened, I was like, completely took action to change my life. So I decided that was it. I was getting out of the corporate world, and it started the process. It's been a long journey, but it also spurred me to finally go to nutrition school, to finally do yoga teacher training, etc. So it really was a great thing in the end because it had me looking at my life and thinking about what I was going to do differently. So fast forward, I just had something happen this past week. So you might have seen a post I did early last week, I think on the 9th of December. Hi Nahal, how are you? And I posted about about going to get my breast scan through this technology called breast thermography. And I'm not going to go much into that because I need to do more research, but I will tell you what happened to me. And then, I'm not going to talk negatively about breast thermography or mammography or any of it, because I'm just going to tell you what happened to me, because that's what it's really about. Like I said, I need to do more homework on my own. Either way, I had the thermography done, and it takes 5 working days to get your results. So I had it done on the 9th, Monday. On Tuesday, I left for Las Vegas, and I really had no worries that anything would be wrong. I kind of thought like I should be worried, but I'm pretty secure. Like, I feel very confident about my health typically. So I was excited to get the report, but I expected it to be like really positive. So the way the report is given is you get a rating for each side, left and right, and it's 1 to 5. So a 1 or a 2 is the highest rating, and that's that everything's okay. This is me generalizing. 3, 4, 5 are different levels of needing to have further review. So I had one side was a 2, so great, and the other side was a 5. And it was a 5 like walk, don't run to get further testing. So one thing that I didn't appreciate with this clinic that I went to is that they the report comes to you, but you don't get actually like a discussion with the doctor. What you get is the opportunity to speak to him for another very expensive consult fee. So I skipped that. But that report came to me, what was the middle of the night in the US. And so I was like, of course, up all night, messaging with my husband. I just really freaking out, researching, setting an appointment with my GP here. And then I kind of kept that fairly close until I got back, and then it was really bubbling because it was just in the back of my head. And I was like, how could this be? And So yeah, it was a really long week. Of trying not to completely freak out and knowing that, you know, it's not a good thing to do things such as go on Google. If you've ever been sick or had something that bothers you, and you go on to Dr. Google, you need to put some love below. You need to tell me if you've done it so I know I'm not alone, because I spent the early part of this last week on Google researching everything and completely freaking out to the point where one night earlier this week, Oscar came home and I'm like on the couch in tears. I swear, I think I was gonna have a panic attack, just like. So I, you know, pushed my way in, hi Barbara, into the GP, and then into a specialist clinic, got appointments. And of course, you know, I can be very aggressive or assertive when I need to. So I got this earliest appointment that I could, and I had a review, and it took a couple more days to get everything basically approved. I found out that one of the words they use here is in the UK is sinister. There's nothing sinister, which is really an interesting word. I was just like, oh my God, I've had this word used with me multiple times now. So long story short, everything's okay. Thank God. I had an ultrasound, a mammogram, a full screening now. And I've also been educated on like more current, up-to-date, I guess, breast cancer information. I don't know, screening information. My mom had breast cancer a few years ago, so I was always told I was very high risk, which is why I was doing the breast thermography, even though I didn't have any signs or symptoms of anything being wrong. But anyways, yeah, so everything's great. I'm obviously very pleased, thankful to my husband for putting up with me and to taking off time off work and coming with me, because I was really freaking out. But what I wanted to talk about also is the outcome of this, because it's really interesting. Like when you have time with this, it's a couple of days of really thinking about, you know, first, especially as a mom, my mind goes to, oh my God, and my daughters are going to be left without me. Who's going to remind them to eat their vegetable? Just silly things. Who's going to be there for all these, you know, these moments in life? And yeah, it was really heartbreaking and difficult. But also, I really was thinking about what am I doing with my life? Like, I love where my life is. Literally to the point that even going on trips without the family now, like I really miss them. I really like our life in London and I'm really happy. But I was really thinking about what am I doing in the bigger picture? What have I accomplished, and what kind of a legacy am I leaving these girls? Like if I was to go now, what would I be leaving behind for my daughters especially? So a lot of big thoughts, a lot of what my grandmother would call making like deals with the devil. I think that's how you say it. And thinking about what I will do differently and what I'm already doing differently. So it's been really great, you know, having these pivotal moments in life, even though they're scary. I think they're also a great time to embrace growth and everything, and just really look at where you're at and get a proper kick in the ass and get back into motion. And I know that one of the things that I'm really focusing on for 2020 is following my calendar. One of the things that I don't do well is like I'm very flowy with my time, and you know, there's a lot of things I want to do, but I don't necessarily do I do not do all the things that I set out to do at the beginning of the day or the night before, because I get caught in, I don't know, the scroll hole of social media or even Netflix. And so I've decided that I'm going to be using a planner every day, following what I schedule in, because I know that what I'm scheduling is what's best for me, and it's what I want to do when I'm considering my goals through health, through my business, family, whatever it is. And you know, I'm setting those 24 hours in advance probably, and it's with like the best of intentions. So yeah, I'm really excited. I feel like it was a good and positive outcome in the end. But would love to hear from you if you've had any type of something like that in the past, and what it was for you. And if you don't feel comfortable putting it below, and just send me a message just to share. I'm happy it's done. The other thing, the same day that I got the final, like the second opinion that everything was great, I also got news that my settlement status here in the UK was approved, which I was also a little worried about, which really I have no reason to, but that just gives me an extra confirmation that I'm okay to stay here when Brexit goes through, if Oscar and the girls, theirs was approved a while ago and mine was taking a lot longer. So yeah, all good times, good news, and really excited to go into the proper holiday season with, yeah, healthy tatas, a healthy mind, and a big 2020 coming up. Hi, Angel. Anyways, I hope you're doing well. Thank you for watching. I'd love to hear from you. One, if you've ever had any health scare that's been really, or actually like a real health condition that's been a pivotal change for you. Two, if you've indulged too much in Dr. Google and, gone on the silly side of causing panic with using Google, diagnosing, etc. And also tell me what you're doing for the holidays. Tell me what is up. Hopefully you have some fun stuff ready. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.